Tens and hundreds of thousands and even millions. These are what these players are making, and you can make it too. I suggest you grab a notebook or open a doc and write what I'm about to say down. Tip number 1, master your landing spot. Choose 1 or 2 spots on the map. You don't want to be landing wherever because there are people that are probably masters at the spot you're randomly going to, and you're probably just going to die off spawn, and after that, you're probably just going to land somewhere random again. Die off spawn. It's an endless cycle, and you can prevent it by mastering 1 or 2 spots that gives you quick access to loot and minimizes early game encounters. This will set you up for success from the get-go. Tip number 2, efficient resource gathering. Collect materials like wood, brick, and metal early on. Building is a crucial aspect of this game, and having a solid supply of materials can be the difference between victory and defeat. I see too many good players that do not know how to farm efficiently. A quick solution would be knowing your drop spot and what resources and where the resources are. I would go into games, land your designated drop spot, farm materials, and make mental notes where the resources are and how much they give. Tip number 3, know your weapons. Familiarize yourself with the strengths and weaknesses of different weapons, especially in this chapter. Understanding the loophole will help you make quick and informed decisions during intense fights and will lead you to overall success. Tip number 4, build smart. Build defensively during engagements and practice advanced building techniques to outmaneuver your opponents. A well-placed building structure can be your best friend in a tight spot. You want to be watching how pros fight because almost all of them are the best defensive fighters in the world. Take notes of their gameplay and incorporate it into your playstyle. Tip number 5, stay aware of the storm. Always keep an eye on the storm's movement and plan your rotations accordingly. Being caught in the storm can quickly turn against you and throw your game. Tip number 6, prioritize high ground. When engaging enemies, try to secure high ground. This not only provides a better vantage point, but also makes it harder for opponents to hit you. The best fighters in the world always try and fight for high ground over the opponent. Tip number 7, master editing. Efficient editing can give you the upper hand in a close quarter combat. Practice different editing techniques to surprise and outmaneuver your opponents. You ever watch Polarize and wonder why he's so good at editing? Well, it's not because he's the fastest editor. It's actually because he's consistent, focuses on crosshair placement, and almost never misses an edit. Here are some maps that will help you. Tip number 8, use sound to your advantage. Pay attention to footsteps, gunshots, and building sounds. This information can help you anticipate your opponent's movements. Tip number 9, use the meta loadout. Find the combination of weapons and items that all the pros are using. Being versatile with the loadout can give you the adaptability needed to thrive in various situations. Tip number 10, learn from your mistakes. Review your gameplay and analyze what went wrong in each engagement. Continuous improvement is key to becoming a top-tier Fortnite player. I would recommend you record your gameplay and review 30 minutes to an hour a day of your gameplay. Write notes of what you could have done better, how you died, and many more. I will go over how to actually VOD review in another video, so subscribe, turn on noties, and stay tuned for that. Tip number 11, stay calm under pressure. In the heat of battle, it's crucial to stay composed. Take deep breaths. Stay focused and make calculated decisions to outsmart your opponents. Almost every pro stays calm every fight. This gives them the advantage over any player, even if the player is better mechanically or is up in damage the whole fight. That same calm pro will end up killing that player because the aggressor will see that the pro isn't getting nervous or making any mistakes, which will lead to them in making a mistake and costing them the game. Tip number 12, utilize natural cover. Use the environment to your advantage. Trees, rocks, and buildings can provide excellent cover during fights, so don't underestimate the power of natural elements. Tip number 13, play strategically. Understand the flow of the game and make decisions that give you strategic advantage. Sometimes patience and positioning can be more important than aggressive plays. Tip number 14, Stay updated on patches and changes. Fortnite is constantly evolving with new weapons, items, and mechanics every season. Stay tuned to adapt to the meta accordingly. And finally, tip number 15. Practice, practice, practice! The more you play, the better you'll become. Hone your skills in creative, participate in scrims, and challenge yourself to consistently improve. I will make a more in-depth video of how you should practice. So like and comment if this video helped you, and stay updated, so subscribe and turn on noties if you have a big black trigger.